started. It's all very exciting. They've made a massive difference. I'll show you around in a minute or two and you can really just see what they've been doing. But yeah, it's great to have experts doing these things, you know, and it's so lovely somebody else doing it so that you turn up and wow, you see all the difference. It's a lot easier and it's a lot of fun. But anyway, I'll show you around. There's also a lot of stress because you know, there's phone calls that say there's more rot in the roof than we thought, but anyway, that's all part of building. So I'll show you around and you can see where we're at. So I'm going to start at our new entranceway, like I said before, because we haven't actually got a hole there, but that's where the gate will be. And then you'll come in. That's our shed, which is going to be the bike shed. And this is the fig, which is still alive. It's grown incredibly tall. It went into shock pretty much, but now I'm going to have a little chop of it and sort out all those branches, and then hopefully next year it'll be a little bit more relaxed about the whole thing. But it's done very well. So we have a huge pile of wood now. This is all the bits of timber in the house that we didn't need. So all the partition walls have come down and all bits and pieces that were in the ceiling and things we didn't need. This is our concrete, which we're going to build our wall with, and that we're just at the moment moving that over to the carport because we really need to clear this area. We're still trying to get rid of our rocks. We've had them on Trade Me for $1 for a few weeks now. Nobody is really taking them, so I think we're going to have to pay to have them removed, which is a bit of a pain. But anyway, as you can see now, we have a new window. That middle window there wasn't there before. That's the other one on the other side of the lounge. And they've also been doing the roof. So they took all the roof off, and we just literally had a few walls hanging about. And then they had to do a bit of fixing. You probably can't see it from there, but I'll show you when we get closer up. They had to fix a load of timbers. And you can also see now that that's the steel for our conservatory. So that's really starting to come together. So you will walk down this garden path. When we get around to it. Then this is the front door. We'll go in the front door, and then this is essentially these. I'll show you here. This is all going to have windows around it. Oh, it's a bit bright, but there's the portal, the steel portal. This is going to be a bit of a conservatory, so we'll sit in here. That's the door we just came through, and then this will be our front door, which is all framed and ready to go now. So we're walking through the front door, and as you can see, everything's pretty different now. It's all ripped out. But this will be, or is, our kitchen. And then there was a wall there, if you remember. That had to come down because by the time we put all the holes in it, there really wasn't much wall left. And so it just all came down, and they're framing it instead, which actually has given us about a metre extra room, which is nice. So this will be this is the sewing room in here, and there'll be a big window there that goes out to the conservatory, and then there'll be a wall here, but I'm just going to walk through the wall into the pantry. So this will be the pantry, and this is the back door here. And then you see you'll walk back into the kitchen, and then the biggest difference is in the living room. So this is the existing frame, the only existing frame that's staying. That's our back wall, and you'll see now we have two windows either side of the fireplace, which I think is lovely. So we'll have a big window there, then the fireplace, and then another window, and then essentially just on the other side of that window there will be a wall. So that'll be the wall, and then that big window that you see down the end, this is for our bedroom. So I'm in our bedroom now, and that will be the French door going out to the back of the car pad, and there'll be a fence running along there as well where the builders' gates are. So yeah, all looking quite different. You saw that we that when they did this, it was quite amazing because the whole thing was opened. They just basically took out the whole concrete wall all the way up to the top. So it was quite a big hole. But now they've filled it in, so we've got the actual window, which is nice. And I'll have to come around here. This is all a whole bunch of framing. They've made a little bit of a room where they put all their stuff. So in there's still the toilet, and then all their sort of building stuff is in there. But there's this window here, and then this window, that window, if I don't remember, that was the window in the large laundry, and that was twice the size. But they've boxed that in because essentially these two windows are in the bedroom. So you're looking at that wall there is where the spare bed will go. And then those two are in the spare bedroom, so they needed to match. So, yes, it's all very confusing of what to see. They have now got these supports are not walls, by the way. These supports are holding up the roof because where they've cut the joist through there, we need to have a new supporting beam because we've made all the changes. There needs a new supporting beam that then comes and joins up with the existing old room, the old back wall. And the same here in the kitchen, where they've got the two beams. You'll see there's a cut in there, and there'll be a beam up through there to make so that we can have this as one big open room. Because if you remember before, there was a sort of a funny beam in the middle of that room. Even I have trouble remembering what it looked like now, so I might have to insert some photos just to remind you of what it looked like before. But yeah, they're working on the roof, so that's all the scaffolding at the back, and we have a beautiful new roof, pretty much up to about the front door, I think, because this needs to get framed in above the portal. That's the new roof. So we're going to, the roof obviously here will extend to cover over to the portal there, so that obviously that's inside. So they need to build that and then put the roof on there. But yes, my little garden room, it's rather lovely. And then we'll look at there, I'm going to plant some fruit trees there, so it'll be a sort of a micro orchard. And our task today is to try and rationalize that load of wood and move the concrete onto the pile over there. The next job is to finish removing, you see that on the slats, these we took these off last weekend, the slats up there, but down in the lounge we've still got the old slats, so they all need to come off. And the next job is for me to pull out all those wires so the electrician can come in and rewire the whole thing. So it's being all rewired, all replumbed. All the insulation in the walls is being replaced with much better quality insulation. The roof up here is going to have a lot of insulation, and so between the joists there's going to be 140 mil of insulation, skillion roof insulation, specific stuff. And then where those battens are, they're going to be going across the joists. They're going to be replaced with hangers, which will drop down probably about 90 mil. And then we're going to have some insulation that'll go sort of the other way along like that. And that will stop the bridging, the thermal bridging through the joists, and it'll also increase, give us some more insulation. So we'll be able to achieve R5, which we want to do in the ceiling. And then obviously where the walls are, and we've got quite deep walls now, we'll be able to fill that with insulation as well. And then of course we've got the external insulation, which is wrapping all the way around the building. So hopefully it's all going to be very thermally efficient and really toasty, and we won't have water running down the walls anymore on the inside, because that will stop the thermal bridging and make the concrete walls into thermal mass, which will be great. So yeah, we're all moving forward. I better get on. Mark is busy. I think, what are you doing out there, Mark?
Checking out our sea views.
Oh, checking out the sea views. We don't actually have a sea view, but we do if you stand on the roof.
We do from out here on our balcony.
I'll give you an update. These are definitely oranges. Definitely oranges, and they're huge. Look at the size of these, but they are beautiful oranges. We are leaving these. We've got 3 You see the one there, 3 large oranges. And then those over there are definitely tangerines. We've just eaten one and they peel beautifully. Really clean peeling. And they're really delicious. So very excited. My strawberries that I picked up. I took some runners off a community garden strawberry and all 7 have survived amazingly. And then looking at the lemon trees, they're definitely lemon trees we think, or limes. The jury's still out on that. But they're not turning yellow yet. Oh, and you can get a little bit of a look of what we're planning for our urbanite wall. So it's looking really quite cool from here. It'll be a bit neater than that because obviously we've just bunged those up to get them out of the way. But essentially the idea is it will look a little bit like that. Okay, well, as you can see, full tour. I'm sorry I haven't done a video for a few weeks, but since the builds have started, it's been full on. I haven't had a minute. I'm busy working on my contract and then obviously dealing with all of this all through the week. And then at weekends we come and hit things and, you know, it's been pretty full on. Lots of fun. Quite nerve-wracking, but yeah, really good to see the progress, and I can really imagine it in my head how amazing it's going to be now. The husband, not so much. He has a lot of challenges with imagining it, so he just goes, oh my god, what's happened? But I'm sure he'll love it when it's all done. So anyway, I'll try and do one a bit sooner than I have done between these last 2 videos, because they are going at pace now. We have the windows, the double glazed windows, they're turning up middle of June, so that's not far away, 2 or 3 weeks. And before they come, basically we have to get all the orifices, all the penetrations finished. The cladding company has to come around and waterproof all of the outside, including all of the penetrations. And we have to put all the framing in, because you can't put the plumbing in until you have the walls to put the plumbing in. So we have to put the walls in, then the plumbing in, so we can put the penetrations in the right place. So yeah, lots to do. And of course you can't put the cladding on or the windows in until we finish the conservatory, which is where some of the windows go. So it's all a bit like a Rubik's Cube. You just need to move things around and get everything sorted in time. And yeah, anyway, I'll keep you updated and I'll do another video soon.